would now like to introduce Stephen Clarke, who has been a Tiverton resident for 10 years. He is a new neighbor, actually, of mine on the street we live on. And I actually met Steve a little accidentally because I had first met his wife, Diane, and thought she might be interested in running for this commission and tried to pigeonhole her and no, 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 no. But Steve said yes, 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 yes. So here he is, and he's an engineer, and he'll tell you why he's running, but it's great to have him. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Nancy, and thank you all for coming tonight. My name is Steve Clarke, and I'm running for one of the 9 seats on the CRC, Charter Review Commission. My background, I moved down from Massachusetts about 24 years ago, and they managed to shake that nickname after a while, partly because of Proposition 2.5, I guess. But my wife and I moved down here to Portsmouth, and we were in Portsmouth for 12 years. We went to Portsmouth first because we had young children then, and we were very interested in the quality of the school system. And at that time, Portsmouth had a very highly rated school system. So, school system is very important. And for the last 12 years, we've been in Tiverton. By profession, I'm a mechanical engineer. I worked the last 24 years for a company that develops medical devices. I retired a year ago. So now I have all this time on my hands, and I don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to get involved in politics. So why am I running? Well, I live in Tiverton, as I told you, and I love Tiverton, but it's an expensive place to live. A couple of cases in point. I've bought and sold a couple of houses in Rhode Island over the past years. A year ago, I sold my house in Tiverton. I had been in that house for 10 years. It was a $500,000 house, roughly, and I lost $100,000 on that house. And we put a lot of money into it, too. I mean, it was well maintained. Why is that? House values, property values are, closely tied to taxes. And Tiverton, of course, is known for a town that has high taxes, and that affects property values. Another case in point, as we were looking around, we noticed that a $500,000 house in Tiverton, if you picked it up and moved it across the line to Little Compton, was all of a sudden a $600,000 house. Again, some of that is taxes. There could be other factors, but I think a large part of it is taxes. So, because of those experiences, I want to get involved. I don't want to sit on the sidelines anymore. And I want to understand how the process works and have a voice in it. So how can I be an effective candidate? I've told you I've been in Tiverton for 12 years. Some people would think that's not much. And I haven't been in any political positions before. So what can I do for you? Well, I want to steal a line from the movie Avatar. How many people here have seen that movie? Not a lot. Okay, so I'll try and explain that briefly. Basically, it's a movie in the future. Human beings have gone to another planet and they're going to mine it for some precious mineral. And this main character has to get with the natives there and convince them to, give up the rights to their planet so they can mine it. So, of course, being Hollywood, he starts his love affair with one of the natives. And very early on, this native girl looks at him and says, "You don't know anything about us. You're stupid. You're an empty cup." And he very thoughtfully looked at her and said, "Perhaps you can fill my cup." So that's me in a sense. I'm new to this. I'm an empty cup. And that's a good thing because I can learn from all of you. I want to fill my cup. I'm all ears. I want to represent you at the Charter Review Commission and possibly beyond. So, because I will be representing the voters, what I pledge to do, based on the input that I've already gotten over the last few months that I've been involved in this process, I pledge that I will update the charter as needed to improve it or make it more explicit, particularly in the areas of the FTR process, which has proven to be very successful, as illustrated here, and also to make sure that the revenue from the casino goes into the general fund where it can be controlled by the FTR process. That's my pledge to you. Thank you for your time.